All right, all right. Gonna finish setting up a couple more things, guys, and then we'll be good to go. Alright. I might turn this music down just a little bit because it's still a little loud for me. But yeah, as you guys can see, this is the playlist we're listening to. So hoping that's not too loud. Shouldn't be, hopefully. Double check just a little more, alright? It's pretty loud still. I just want it to like be barely playing in the background for you guys, alright? Hopefully that's still loud enough. Let me just double check and make sure. Alright, that seems pretty good, so I guess we're good to go. So, with that, what is good to bar times 2, and today we're back here on Forza Horizon 5 with our beautiful S13. Alright, I wanted to make this in like a 90s style, so that was kind of the point in making this car. And I made a custom course that I want to make more of, and I'm also going to make a just a friendly little Touge team. So if you guys have never seen like Initial D or something like that, it's going to be in that style, like all 90s Japanese cars. There's going to be a limit to horsepower, and we're just going to have some fun just drifting and grip racing and stuff on different hills around the map. And I don't really know what these guys are doing. They were just kind of here when I showed up, but I don't know. They've just been like driving together, so I don't know. Just been sitting in the same spot for like an hour and a half, so while I've been trying to set up this video. But I will show you guys the course that I made. I'll show you guys the share code if you want to use it for yourself. I'm still working out a couple of kinks, so with that being said, I'm going to be making some more courses as well. But yeah, we got the Thrustmaster TMX Pro today. It's got the paddle shifters, and you guys can't see it, but down there I have the pedal setup with the clutch, brake, and accelerator, so we have all three. It's beautiful. Absolutely love it. I eventually would like to figure out a way to take these paddle shifters off and actually get like a 6-speed gear shift over here or something, 5-speed or something. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty badass. Maybe a handbrake over here or something too. I don't know. It'd be pretty dope. But yeah, so that's how we're gonna do it today. We're just gonna have some just gonna be chill vibes. It's early in the morning, and while we're doing this, I'll kind of explain what's been going on with me in my personal life, because it's been a while since I've joined you guys. But all right, so you got, first of all, if you want to do this course, for everything to load in properly, you have to start it up from this road race, the Vulcan Sprint, which is right at the base of La Gran Caldera, which is, in perspective, this is where the first Horizon Festival is. So you just find this big-ass mountain, find this first race called the Vulcan Sprint, and then all you do is you go over here, enter the event, solo, go over here to Event Lab, and it should say Event Lab Creations or something like that. And this is my shared event, and I'll go ahead and show you guys the share code, which is right there. You guys can probably see it on the screen. All you gotta do is enter in that share code, and to do that, you just search, and you can go right up to share code, or down to share code right here, and then just type in the share code just as it is, and it will pop up my custom course, Mount Shogun Touge Solo Practice. And the reason it's solo practice is because I have this set up to where you can go uphill and downhill, but you don't have to finish the race. You can just keep doing this for hours. So it's set up so you can just go uphill and downhill, uphill and downhill. And the only reason I say that it's better to do in solo rather than with a friend is because right now the way that the checkpoints work, if you go in the reverse in the course, your friend disappears, and well, it doesn't disappear, but like both of your cars go invisible, and to me it's kind of annoying. Like you can't have contact and stuff like that, and when you're in solo, your car doesn't go invisible when you go backwards. So We're going to go ahead and just start this baby up. And I will also show you guys my beautiful S13 that I've made. It's not very well tuned. Like, I haven't put any tune on it really at all other than lowering it and adjusting the camber and the steering angle. And I think I messed with the differential just a slight bit. But as you can see, it's 505 horsepower. We got 448 torque. The weight is pretty minimal also. I didn't do a whole lot of mods to this car. As you can see, it's still only an A-Class 791. And that's kind of the way I wanted to keep it. I want to keep all my cars kind of like just A-Class-ish for this course at least. A 500 horsepower maximum. 510 if you want to get into it. 510 like maximum is what I really want to try to go for. So I kept the original engine in it. It's still rear-wheel drive. I'm not going to do any... I don't want to do any drivetrain swaps for any of my Touge cars. If I'm getting an all-wheel drive, it's staying all-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive, staying front-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive, same way. Staying rear-wheel drive. So I'm trying to keep this as traditional to like Japanese, like 90s Japanese Touge racing as possible when I make this Touge team. Just kind of like if you've ever seen Initial D. Pretty much just like that. We're going to have like teams and stuff like that inside our own like big organization that are going to have like their own teams that can like race each other and stuff. But I've got my livery on right now, and I'll show you guys before we start the race what my livery looks like. Alright, so we've got the ×2 everything. That's going to be our Touge team name, and I've made quite a few of these vinyls, so it's just ×2 everything. That's just our Touge team name, and ×2 EV is like our tag, which is down there at the bottom, as you can see at the bottom of the S13 bumper. So yeah, it's pretty minimal. It looks just like how it would in like Initial D, like the Night Kids style stickers, stuff like that, Red Suns, and of course the Akagi, not the Akagi, the Akina Speed Stars. So it's kind of like that. And if you guys want to see my settings for today while I'm on the wheel, drive chart doesn't matter. As far as this goes, I have anti-lock on. This is just so when I actually kick the brake in, the brakes will lock up a little bit, which kind of helps. Well, not like lock up, but like I don't even really know how to explain it, just so you guys can understand it. But it does help, so like the car doesn't slide too much, but slides just enough. We'll put it that way. Steering angle is standard. I may turn that to assisted because this wheel is really shaky. And I think it's generally just because I don't have the settings correct for it yet. I need to mess with the settings. Traction control is, of course, off. Stability control is off. We have manual with clutch because we're using the racing wheel with the clutch in all 3 pedals. Driving line doesn't matter. Damage, where I have this turned off just so, I don't know, I just like keeping the car looking clean. Just vibing, you know, so that's how we're doing today. And if you guys want to download my vinyls and stuff like that and put them on your own car as well, I'll go ahead and show you guys how to do that. I'll just show you guys the ones that I have made so far. And all you gotta do is really just look up me on Creative Hub, which is bar ×2. The exact same way my YouTube is. You look me up on Creative, like anything in Creative Hub, and you'll find my designs and stuff. Here's my vinyl groups that I made. These are all for the Touge team. These first 2 are just YouTube ones that I made just to mess around and see if I could get into creating vinyls. And then all of these are the actual Touge team ones. The official Touge team ones will say it in the title. It says it like right up there in the right, says ×2 EV Touge team. So we've got our black decal, our white decal, our black alternate with the orange, and our white alternate with the orange. And then we also have just another regular white one, another regular black one. We have regular just ×2 everything, another ×2 everything. We've got the logos in all 3 colors, black, white, and alternate. And then we have the small tags, ×2 EV in black, white, and alternate as well. So if you guys want to download those, feel free. You just got to look me up on Creative Hub, and that is also where you can find my Blueprint events. So you can join the events through there as well. But the reason I say to do it and join it through the Vulcan Sprint, and I'll make a video about this too, just so it's a little easier and like dulled down. But the reason I say to do it from this is because if you don't do it from this, when you just go through the event, the props that I've placed in the map won't show up for some reason. It'll literally just be the route. So that's the reason I say to do it from here. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get vibing and let's get ready to go. Dry my hands off and let's see if we can get going today. But I will show you guys how the course works as well, because, I mean, obviously if you wanted to, you could just go and read the description, because it kind of does like a little quick summary of how to run the course too, but if you guys want to actually see it for yourself, I'll show you here too. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and go into first person, just because for some reason it's a lot easier for me to drive this car in first person. So the course isn't actually starting yet, even though the race says that this is a line. I'm basically just bending the rules a little bit, alright? So we can take these corners a little slow. I gotta get used to the oversteer and understeer of this car because it's so much easier to control a car like this on controller rather than like actually controlling it, you know what I mean? Like on the wheel. Because I mean, oversteer and understeer on the controller, you literally just flick the stick back and forth and you're good. But on the wheel, you gotta go like full tilt almost to really get control of the car. Alright, so where you see these two lights that are on the street, there's one at the very bottom of the course, and then there's one at the very top of the course. And that just signifies that this is the start and end of the race. So if you're going uphill, this is your starting line, and at the very top of the hill, that is your finish line. And what I like to do is wait for the time up in the top left to hit like 1 minute even, 2 minute even, or something like that, and then that's when I kind of like start my timed run to see how quick I can go. And obviously your uphill time and downhill time are going to be different because you're fighting gravity going up, and gravity's helping you when you go down. I also have a little parking place right here too that I've created. It's kind of janky, I know, but you know, Forza doesn't give you a whole lot to work with. So you can chill up here. If you wanted to do with multiplayer with friends, you can just hop up here and watch them do their run. And there's one at the top as well. There's another viewing point at the top. So I wanted to keep this course pretty authentic, so I didn't really add in a whole lot. When you go uphill on the course the first time, the flags are there just to kind of give you... It's like all the checkpoints are there just to kind of make sure you stay in the right path, kind of. But like after you reach the lights at the top, then you're finished, you can turn around and do the downhill. So with that, I'm going to wait for 3 minutes even to start, and we're going to go ahead and get right into our run and have some fun today, boys. It's nice, bright, and early, 6 a.m. in the morning. I've got work later tonight. Like I said, I'm on night shift now, so that's kind of the reason I haven't posted since my last Speed Glitch video. I've got more to post, don't worry. But that's the only reason I haven't posted for a while, because I just got a new job, and I love it. Of course, I'd rather do YouTube full-time, but it's just not how things are going to work for right now, at least. So I've just been trying to figure out when I can post and when I'm not too tired to post, you know what I mean? So, but I think I'm ready to get back into it. I want to start doing more of this stuff too. It's pretty fun. So, about to hit 3. I might take this first uphill kind of slow because this car loves to kick the ass end out. So I just got to be a little careful with it. Oh, see, that's what I mean right there. Just barely braking. Kicks the back end of this car out so quick. And this is my first race of the day. I didn't practice or anything before this, so... So I might have to take uphill a little slower. And this tune that I put on this car, even though I haven't really tuned it a whole lot, it's a universal tune. So it's decent for uphill and downhill. It's just really slidey because it's rear-wheel drive, and there's 500 horsepower just going to the back wheels. And I do have sport tires on right now too. I didn't put semi-slicks or drift tires or anything like that on it. That's another big thing I want to do with this Touge team, is that I literally just want to keep just sport tires on everything. So no drift tires, no cheating or nothing, you know, because I mean in Touge racing you don't drift the entire time like you would on like just like a drift track or something, you know. Like you're supposed to go as fast as you can, which means driving in a straight line super quick and then just barely sliding the corners. So not like a full-on flashy drift in the corners, you know. It's just enough to take the corner and keep the same speed that you had. So you're going to a corner going 60, you should be coming out of it going about 60 when you slide into a corner like that, because that's kind of why drifting was invented, is that in some instances, like in tight hairpins, it's faster than driving on grip. Oh yeah, I need to mess with the braking of this car a little bit. As soon as I touch it just a little bit, the back end kicks out. Like, look. I may just have to work on just shifting when that happens. And I think later on in this stream, I will pull out one of my all-wheel drive cars and then just take this course as crazily as possible. because I'm still not good enough with the S13 to just be able to just full send it without sliding off the fucking mountain yet. But I think my fastest time in this car was like 3 minutes and 10 seconds. I think that was my downhill time though, so I think my uphill is probably like 3:20. But yeah, this course is pretty difficult on wheel. Like I said, that as soon as you barely just touch on the gas or even the brake, back end wants to kick out immediately. So I gotta start braking before the corners, I guess, because we're sliding a little bit right now. And that's the last checkpoint, and then right here is the finish line. About 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Yeah, I definitely need to retune this car a little bit. I need to change the braking. Those brakes just be going crazy. That's not too bad though. 3 minutes and 15 seconds for the first run of the day. It's not too bad. And also, like I said, we've got another little parking structure up here, and just like a little monument type thing, you know, kind of like how like in a lot of the Japanese like mountains, like I think in Akagi, I think it is, or no, Mount Harana, I think in Japan has like it has a shrine up at the top, so it's just kind of me just paying like a slight homage to something like that. Yeah, this car's super fun to drive, but god, dude, the oversteer is crazy. So now we're just going to chill here at this starting point. And we're going to wait for 8 minutes to hit and see if we can't get faster than 3 minutes and 15 seconds on the downhill. This car sounds amazing though. It's beautiful. Yeah, I just wanted to keep it in 90 style, so I didn't really put a body kit on or anything like that, because all the body kits, I don't know, they just look... In Forza, they just look way too much. Like, there's just too much going on in some of them. I even tried to find some wheels that were, like, kind of symbolic of, like, the Nismo LMGT2s, I think that's what they're called. And these work wheels, or the weld wheels, I think they are the closest ones I could find. God, dude. Ooh, probably downshift a little early there. Might try to slide this. I'm still not too good with drifting on the wheel. That wasn't too bad. Still wasn't great though. It's just getting the hang of that oversteer, and especially because my wheel settings aren't perfected yet. This is the first time I've really tried like using the wheel for something like intense driving like this. And of course Forza isn't meant to be a simulation racing game anyways, so there's still some kinks I need to work out anyways, but still not too bad. You just really cannot go full throttle in this car without sliding, so I just gotta, ooh, just barely pressing the brake. Almost fucking sent this off the fucking cliff right there. Honestly, I don't know. I'm kind of liking the braking now that it's kind of like initiating the drift for me, so I don't have to clutch into the drift. It's kind of like how, in Initial D, Takumi doesn't ever use the handbrake. It is a braking drift, which he basically just initiates the brake and then clutches and holds the rev to kind of hold the speed in the drift. So I actually kind of like how this is tuned, even though it is really hard to handle. It kind of simulates that style of drifting, because drifting has a lot of styles. Like, a lot of people like e-brake into a corner, and then there's people that will just regular brake into a corner. See, this oversteer is fucking nuts, dude. God damn. It's gonna take a while for me to get used to that. Oh, I probably shouldn't have clutched into that. Yeah, downhill's a different monster. when gravity's working with you rather than against you, and you can pick up a whole lot more speed. It's difficult to know like when to let off the throttle a little bit earlier. Oh my god. Yeah, there it is again. Jesus Christ. But then again, this is why like a lot of like professional Japanese like racers are so good, is because they start out on the Touge like this. And if you can handle something with this insane of like terrain, I guess you could say, because I mean they're fighting, I mean like on a regular course that's just flat ground, you're just fighting the hairpins really. But in this, you're fighting gravity, you gotta brake more, and a lot of these Japanese Touges in real life are not nearly this wide. They're probably about the size of like half of this road, if not smaller. So they're fighting that too. They don't have a whole lot of room to work with or mess up, and if they do mess up, it's not like a track where there's a spot you can go off and be okay. They're just flying off the side of a mountain. And if they just sit here and practice it their whole lives, dude, it's fucking crazy. Wow, we actually had a slower time coming on the downhill that time. That was like 320 something. Alright. See if we can't beat that 310 on the uphill now that I've kind of gotten the hang of this braking drift a little bit more. And it's weird because I just messed with the tune of this car last night, so I'm still trying to like relearn everything now. Just slightly adding some brake pressure and changing the brake bias more to the rear changed this car so much. Gonna take this one a little bit more full send if I can. Trying to keep this a little bit more in control so it doesn't drift too much, but there's not a whole lot of braking pressure I can apply before the back end kicks out because of that bias I put on the rear tires when I brake. If you don't know what that means, I basically put it to where when I brake, the back end gets most of like the stopping power from the brakes. So when that happens, it's basically like I'm pulling the e-brake, even if I'm basically just hitting the regular brakes. So the back end tires lock up quicker than the front. This course is fairly hard though. I want to try to find some more mountains kind of like this and make some more courses. As well as I need to make an uphill and a downhill version of this course so that you can just strictly go downhill and then reset back up to the top. And the same thing for going uphill. You can go uphill and then reset back up to the top. That way you can really practice more and more like your style that you prefer. Because typically in Japan you'll have people that are drifters, which are downhill racers, and you'll have your grip racers, which mostly race uphill. It's not a whole lot of people grip going downhill and not a whole lot of people drift going uphill. It's still there, it's just not as prevalent because it just makes more sense, you know? Also, if I can tune the car's gears, or this car's gears for this course, I think I could go so much faster. See, I think we started at 12 minutes this time. I think we're gonna beat the time just slightly. Yep, 3:07. So it's 3 minutes and 7 seconds. That's 2 minutes or 2 seconds slower than my best run on this course so far. Not too shabby. I don't know, I don't know what it is, but like racing on a wheel on this course, even on a controller, just doing this for hours is just extremely fun to me for some reason. I don't understand what it is, but it's just super calming, I guess, especially with Initial D style Euro beats blasting in your ear. It's different, dude. If you've never watched Initial D and you're into cars or want to try to get into cars, watch Initial D. Hands down. I just got my roommate into it. He knows absolutely nothing about cars. We jumped the line a little bit there. But now he's into cars and he wants to build his own car. So, watch Initial D, man. It's amazing. And it is a huge part of Japanese culture. Like, people in Japan still just love everything to do with it. It's like the Naruto or Dragon Ball Z of car anime. Oh my god. I almost lost the back end right there, jeez. I do want to try to drift a little bit more on this downhill run, though. Just so I can kind of get the hang of defensive driving on this game, at least. And try to get the hang of this oversteer and understeer more on this car. This thing is slippery, dude. It's like driving a snake. Oh, that's a guardrail. Ate that guardrail, Jesus Christ. After this, I will show you guys how much different it is driving an all-wheel drive car on this course, and how much easier it is to just go full throttle in every corner. But then again, you have to brake a lot more in an all-wheel drive car, so I mean, that's why, in my opinion, I don't think that it would be much faster than driving a rear-wheel drive on this course. The same goes for front-wheel drive. Like, it grips up better in the corners coming out of them. You have a lot more understeer in a front-wheel drive car on this course. So, rear-wheel drive, you have a lot of oversteer. Front-wheel drive, a lot of under. Oh my god. There's the oversteer for it. And in all-wheel drive, it just feels like it's on rails. So if you just don't brake or just try to go full throttle through a corner, the car just wants to go straight because it's all-wheel drive. So all four tires are spinning. They don't want to stop. So each car, and that's what I think is so cool about racing on surfaces like this, is that you can really get a really good feel for the car's weaknesses and its strengths. So that's genuinely just what I think about. It's just so cool about like Touge racing and stuff like that. Because I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like drag racing and stuff like that's cool, but you're really just going in a straight line, you know. Like, it still has some small characteristics like that, but it's more about speed. It's not about speed and how the car handles, you know. It's more about just speed and just all-out grip. But like, there's so many different styles you can race in Touge. Like grip, drift, a mix of grip and drift. Just anything, really. There's just so many different styles you can race on the Touge with, and I think that's genuinely what stuck out so much to me about like when I was watching Initial D. It's just like, damn, there's so many different ways to attack certain courses, and there's different styles of drifting too. So like, and there's different styles of grip racing. Like, they just all have their own techniques, and I think that's what's so cool to me about it all. All right. So we tried it out in the S13. Now we are going to back out of the event and go grab our, I think it's our Evo 4. I want to say, I think it's Evo 4, which is an all-wheel drive monster that I built for this course. Still haven't really tuned it either. Most of the cars that I made for this course, I just want to drive fairly, I wouldn't say stock, but I guess untuned. Like, they have the performance parts in them, but but I just haven't actually tuned them yet, just because I want to see what I need to improve on each of them. Like this car, I obviously need to change the braking bias a little bit more, and maybe lower the rear tire pressure just a little bit so it still slides, but not overly, you know, because it's really hard to get this thing to grip properly. Because watch, I'll just barely press the brake, back end slides out. Just the oversteer on this thing is nuts. Alright. So now we're going to grab our Evo, and I will show you guys the difference on how it handles versus that rear-wheel drive we were just using. I've got so many cars, I'm sorry. Alright, so we're going to take our Evo 4, I think this is, the GSR. So yeah, this thing is going to handle quite a bit differently, and again, I just kind of made this one in like a 90s style. I need to put my Touge team stickers on it first, but I just put the Emperor ones on it, kind of like Initial D. As you can tell, this thing doesn't really like to slide a whole lot, so that's going to be the difference with this car compared to the rear-wheel drive. And again, that is the name of the Touge course if you guys want to find it for yourself. Here is the share code 137-162-826. That's the share code for it. And you have to do it or start it from this race spot to get all the props that I put on it to load in. And again, didn't really do any mods to the car at all, like exterior mods. Literally just put it up to 500 horsepower, put the race, or not the race, the sport tires on it, and called it a day. Now there is something I do want to mess with tuning wise real quick before we do get into this course, because I want to bias the brakes more to the rear, I think, maybe. I might just test it out for this course. Actually, I'll probably leave it the same for this course, and then I'll kind of see what we might need to change with this car. I want to get a good feel for it before I start tuning it and like making the wrong decisions on it. But this thing does not spin at all, dude. It's crazy. We're going to take it slow until we get to the actual start of the course, and then I'll show you guys just how much of a monster this fucking Evo actually is. But see what I'm saying? Like, if you don't brake at all, you're just going to come flying right out of the corner and go off the side of the mountain. So that's the difference between like an all-wheel drive and a rear-wheel drive car. Rear-wheel drive, you can just throttle right out of it, get the back end spinning, and then just literally throttle control your way out of it during like a drift. But if you don't brake before a corner in all-wheel drive, that's what happens. The car just wants to go straight. Like, you know, like it just wants to go straight because all four tires are moving. If that makes sense. Alright, now we're going to wait for a minute exactly to start. And we're going to see how fast I can go up the hill in this car compared to the rear-wheel drive S13 we were just in. And we're already gripped up. So I think our fastest time uphill in the S13 was like 3 minutes and 10 seconds or something. But you can throttle right out of all these corners after you brake into them. And this car, and that's why this car is so fun to drive on wheel. It's because it's more forgiving than the S13. You barely over brake or just over throttle just a little bit and you're sliding. This car, all-wheel drive, fucking monster. Well, that doesn't mean it's necessarily better than the S13. If I can get the hang of the S13 a little bit better and understand the oversteer of it better, it could end up being just as fast or not faster than this car. So time really doesn't matter. It's all in the driver experience. And that's the difference, really. Because, I mean, obviously you can have the argument that rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive is better. But you also got to put in perspective the actual driver's experience. And the pros and cons, when they come down to it, they're pretty even. This car's pretty solid through the corners, though, I gotta say. It doesn't like going into them as much, but coming out of them, it's like a bat out of hell. Oh, my fucking pedals keep moving, hitting my desk. I need to get like one of those like little like plastic carpet covers so that my pedals don't slide around. Because they grip really good on like hardwood and stuff, but not on carpet. Yeah, this thing moves. And you gotta keep in mind, we have like no driving assist on right now at all. Steering is on standard, we have traction control turned all the way off, stability control turned all the way off, and I do that because in the 90s not a whole lot of cars came with that stuff. And it makes the car a lot more fun to drive because you can actually feel like you have control of the entire car. Like, no computer technology is really assisting you in any way. It's just you and the car. Trying to handle all that raw power. Makes it more fun, and I feel like it makes you become a better driver. Like, even though Forza isn't your go-to simulation game, it's just still fun, you know? Alright, so we started at 1 minute exactly. We just got done at 3:54-ish. Which means we got that course done in 2 minutes and 54 seconds in the all-wheel drive car. Pretty solid for the uphill course. But again, downhill is going to be a different monster. Hello, where are you from? I'm from the United States. Kentucky specifically. I just moved up to Indiana. But I do one day want to move to Japan. Like, very badly. Just love Japanese culture. I've got a ton of, like, Japanese themed tattoos. I don't know how well you guys can see that in the actual camera. Maybe a little bit better like that. I don't know. But I've got a ton of, like, Japanese themed tattoos. And, like, yeah, just a bunch of samurai stuff. But yeah, I just want to move to Japan one day. I love the culture, love the cars, love everything about it. And I don't know. I love the way that they think, too. Like, the way that they think about things compared to, like, how Americans think about things is just so... I don't know. I don't even know a good way to explain it. Alright, let's see if we can't beat 2 minutes and 54 seconds on the downhill. I have a feeling we probably can, but this thing handles a little different on the downhill, so... Oh my god, see? It just didn't want to turn. I'm gonna go ahead and restart. Japan, so you like JDM cars and animes? Yes! If I have time later on, I'll show you all the minifigures I have collected of, like, from animes, because I have this... I'm gonna go ahead and restart the course, by the way, just because we flew off the side there. I want to get an actual good time on the downhill. First corner, too, damn. But yeah, I have this thing that I do every time I watch anime. If it's an anime that I really, really like, I buy a minifigure. To kind of, like, remember. Like all the animes that I've finished. So I have a lot. A lot of pops. I'll show you one of my favorites real quick if the camera will pick it up. I have an Itachi one right here. I don't know how well you can see it. Let me turn on this light. See, I don't know how well you can see it, but that's my Itachi minifigure. I've got a Tanjiro. I also have a 02 from Darling in the Franxx. How well you can see that. Love anime, dude. I don't know what it is. I used to think it was super weird until I started watching it, and then after you get into it, man, it's just a whole different beast. That's Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. I also have Nezuko and some other stuff. I have the A86 from Initial D, as well as Ryosuke's RX-7 from Initial D. That's Nezuko in the little box. But yeah, so that's just a couple of my minifigures. I have a ton of pops and stuff too. Maybe one day I'll dedicate an entire video to just showing off all my minifigures and stuff, or just all of my anime memorabilia. If you guys have ever seen Grave of the Fireflies, this is the candy tin box from Grave of the Fireflies. So, really good anime also. It's a movie, and it's from like the 90s. Pretty sick, but with all that out of the way, let's wait for 8 minutes to start up, and then we're going to kick some ass on this course. Oh, another cool thing while we're waiting. This is the actual samurai mask from Ghost of Tsushima, the video game. It's his mask. I'm not a native English speaker. How is called the thing you can control the wheel on your desk? I don't remember the word, sorry. Oh, this is just, yeah, it's literally just a racing wheel with a pedal setup. So it's just racing wheel, basically. Just wheel and pedals. Just, I guess a steering wheel is what you could call it. Well, where are you from, by the way, Sion? Since you said you're not a native English speaker, where are you from? I feel like I've seen you in the stream before. Alright, let's try this downhill again without fucking up. So I gotta brake in this corner like hard. My pedals keep slipping. I keep feeling them hit the back of my desk. I gotta do something about that. I put a towel under my pedals so they quit slipping, but it's just... They love sliding on this fucking carpet, man. Need one of those plastic mats. Maybe I just need to clutch in the corners a little bit to keep my speed. Oh yeah, this thing rockets out of the corners then. Just clutch into the corners a little bit, throttle my way out of it, and then just full throttle at the end of the corner. That might work a little bit, I don't know. Not too bad. Sergeant Automotive just subbed. Appreciate you, my man. I'm pretty sure I read that right. I'll go back and look. But I appreciate you, man. Really do. Oh, no. S&T Automotive Stokes family. Or Stokes family, my bad. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Hope you like the content. Hope you stick around for a little bit. We're moving right now, though. So I think we started at 8 minutes. I don't think we're going to beat that uphill time. We might have a good shot. We just hit 2 minutes. So I just gotta do this in 54 seconds now. Over braked on that corner. Sorry if you guys are hearing the squeaking too. My gas pedal's a little squeaky. I need to shoot some WD-40 on it or something. But I'd love to start doing more streams like this if you guys are really interested in like stuff like this on Forza. I thought about making like a highway track, kind of like the Wangan in Japan, like the anime Wangan Nights, or Wangan, however you want to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be pronounced Wangan. Oh my god, are we gonna beat it? We're gonna beat it? Oh, I think we fucking tied it. I think we tied the 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Keep forgetting this thing doesn't slide. Alright. Let me read some comments real quick while we're waiting for 12 minutes to start. How much did it cost in dollars? I'm Romanian, but wait, I'm not stealing your wallet or your bike. Not a gypsy. You're good, man. And yeah, I used to be a mod on this channel, but that account got banned. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear about that. This racing wheel in USD was about $300, but that's because it's the pro version, so it comes with paddle shifters and the entire pedal set. I've got gas, brake, and clutch. If you were to just buy the wheel with just the brake and gas, no shifters or anything like that, I think it's like $200 USD. So let me look that up in like Romanian currency for you. You said you're from Romania, right? Yeah. That would be about 1,300 Romanian leu. Leu? Sorry if I butchered that pronunciation. But yeah, that's about how much it is. Fuck, big money there. Yeah, it was a little bit. It was a little bit. It's completely worth it though. It makes the driving experience of other games so much better. But I'm not a fan of the paddle shifters because when you turn the wheel, the paddle shifters stay in the same place. So right now, since the wheel's upside down, this is my downshift and this is my upshift. So it's super weird. So I want to get rid of these and get like an actual 5-speed shifter over here to actually shift with, because I think it'd be a little bit cooler. That makes sense. It'd be a little easier too. And then I want to get a handbrake too, because right now my handbrake is the A button, and I never use it anyways. So I just clutch in and out of corners. It's pretty fun though. Here, I'll actually show you the actual pedal setup if you'd like to. See if I can show you guys real quick. There are the pedals. That is gas, brake, and the clutch. So there's a pedal setup too. If you guys are interested in seeing any of that. Trying to get the camera placed back now. Ooh. Just tilt it down just a little bit more. It's probably good right there. I assume that you're 20 plus. What's your job? What are your hobbies? If that's too personal, for example, I'm a programmer and I'm almost 15. You're a programmer, dude? That's cool as shit. I am 20 years old. I'm about to turn 21. I just started a job at a factory. I make plastic parts. It's super, super easy. So I'll be able to make a lot of money there and hopefully mod my real-life car, which is my Infiniti G35. So hopefully I can do that. But hobbies, pretty much just gaming. I like going to car meets and I love car stuff, you know, watching anime also. I just love Japanese culture and stuff like that. So, I mean, I have quite a few hobbies. Video games and cars are just my biggest two. I used to play basketball when I was growing up, but have since just, I don't know, I think since I got into cars, I've just become less interested in sports. Because cars and video games really just take up most of my time now. And it's not too personal, man. I appreciate you for being so polite about asking the question as well. But yeah, I mean, I don't care to share, man. I'm an open book with you guys. As long as it's not something like extremely personal, like where I live or something like that, like specifics, like my address, then I don't care to answer it, really. I actually love when people ask me, like, questions like that, because it lets me kind of, show you guys who I really am, behind a screen, you know? Like, what I do when I'm not doing this, you know, like what I do when I'm not streaming. Which most of the time, it's just me planning my next video or stream, honestly. That's what I spend most of my time doing, is figuring out what content I should create next. Like, literally just making this course and tuning this course took me about, like, 2 days. And then making the vinyls took about another day. And I created a Touge team and everything like that. I'll show you guys how to join later. And I'm going to make a video, like a separate video for all this stuff, too. Just so it's a little easier for people to, I guess, consume or indulge in. I don't know. I don't know the right word for that would be. This thing flies, though. What is good, Mr. PC guy? I'm trying not to read and drive. That's very dangerous, but what's good? We didn't fly off the side of the mountain, so I guess we're alright. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Listen, sorry about that, guys. Jesus. I might start making some more all-wheel drive cars. I prefer driving rear-wheel drive cars on this course, but all-wheel drive is just so fun to drive. I guess it's because it's kind of easier, but also because of how much they grip up and how much I guess you can feel the speed more in the all-wheel drive cars, because like every single tire is moving. Oh my god, we're not gonna beat the time. I think this was slower. Yeah. That was 2:56. We started at 14 minutes. Not the greatest. We can do better. I forgot to mention, another really cool thing about this wheel is it has force feedback. So, let's say like, I'm not going to touch the wheel at all, it'll move by itself. and it shakes and stuff. So it moves by itself. It's pretty badass. So it really does enhance your driving experience. It makes you become more immersed in the game. So I highly suggest getting one if you like playing racing games. Obviously, it's not really great for Forza because Forza is in a simulation game, so I'd play like Assetto Corsa or Gran Turismo or something like that. Definitely not Need for Speed or like an arcade racer, but Forza is pretty good for wheel. I like it. Let's see. You're making big money in factories here in Romania. People assume you're dumb generous if you do computer science. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. But you have to do like try to get other humans to understand it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, factory money is it's pretty good. It's pretty good money. It's long hours and pretty tedious, but I don't know. I have fun doing it. I don't have to do a whole lot. We do plastic parts, so I actually make cup holders for newer cars, like newer Toyota Camry and stuff like that. I asked if it isn't too personal because people offend when I ask what's their name or what country they're from. Usually, oh yeah, I know what you mean. It's all good, man. I don't really care as much. I like talking to people about personal stuff. Not like super personal stuff, but like I just like letting my viewers kind of understand me and know me a little bit better, if that makes sense. I feel like that helps them make personal connections with stuff that they can relate to. And stuff like that. Trying to get these pedals to stay in the same spot is so annoying. They keep wanting to move. I need to go get like some cardboard or something so they'll just stay. Alright, we're gonna start at 18 or 20 on this one. Just wanted to see something. Yep. It's pretty solid. See if we can't beat that 2 minutes and 54 seconds on the downhill. I think we can. I think I got it in me. I'm starting to get the hang of this car now. Sounds beautiful too. Actually, the only small streamer that is cool with viewers and open-minded. I mean, that's how it is, man. I mean, I understand that everybody doesn't grow up the exact same way and has different experiences, so I try to keep an open mind about opinions other people have because I honestly know that nobody's going to think the same way as me. And I actually find that cool, you know? Like, I find it really cool that other people think in different ways because that's how a lot of great ideas are made, and that's how... I don't know, I just enjoy diversity, if that makes sense. That's why I like Japanese culture so much. It's because it's different than how I think. And I personally like their way of thinking better than my own. Better than like the American way of thinking, which is kind of why I want to move to Japan and kind of experience their culture a little better. Or at least just like visit there like once or twice a year, you know? I just really want to indulge in their culture, and just because I don't know what it is. I just really like everything that they do. Oh, I just hit that guardrail again, fuck. I'll read comments here in a second too. I saw your comment, Mr. PC guy. I just can't read it right now. I'm trying to beat this time, man. I'm trying to set some records out here on the Touge. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was the first time this car was oversteered. Oh my god. We almost fucking died. Alright, let's get back on the course and keep going. That was horrible. Holy shit. I think I might have hit it like a patch of dirt or something. Or maybe I braked too hard. And the back end just lost like all traction. We just went flying. Gotta say, that was pretty cool though. That's the first time I've ever spun out in this car, so that was interesting. Oh yeah, when you hit the dirt, I probably did swing the steering bolts a little too far to the right and hit the dirt patch back there. These brakes lock up quick too, Jesus. Need to mess with that a little bit. Maybe lower the braking pressure down a little bit. This run feels pretty good, but since I spun out, I'm definitely not going to beat my time. Other than that spin out, I feel like I've been taking these corners pretty solid. Oh, probably should have braked a little bit more there. Oh my god, about lost it. It was spinning again. I was actually trying to drift it a little bit right there. I tried to clutch kick into that corner. See if I can do it again. No. Couldn't engage the clutch quick enough. Car didn't want to break traction that time. Yeah, not too good that time. That was about a 3-minute run. Alright. I found you through GTA car glitches, but got reset on GTA, so I kind of fell out of GTA. And my name is CP, not PC. My bad, dude. I'm so bad at reading stuff. I'm so sorry. Mr. CP guy. My bad. I'm so sorry, dude. But yeah, I know how you feel, dude. I actually got reset on GTA 2 when the apartment glitch came out. I abused the shit out of it. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. So yeah, I got reset as well, but I just wanted to keep. I went ahead and got back into it. Did some more money glitches that Rockstar doesn't know about. I did some car duplication glitches, which they tend to not really keep on their radar, I guess. It's harder for them to ban people for that stuff. So if you do want to eventually get back into GTA, I highly suggest doing some car duplication glitches. Just be very careful with the ones that you do. But yeah, that's really cool, man. I like seeing how people have found my channel, you know? Because there's some people that'll be like, hey, I remember watching your streams on, like, Rust or something like that a while back. But for the majority of the time, I know a lot of people find me through, like, speed glitches and stuff, and I'm cool with that. I mean, I like it. I just think it's cool to see, like, where I've occurred some of these viewers from, you know? So that's pretty cool, man. I hope you enjoyed all those speed glitch videos. I plan on making some more, if you're still interested, with some of the new cars. Alright. They're godlike in technology. Oh, yeah. Dude, people in Japan are just, I don't know, they're just super smart, I guess. By the way, what car did you get in real life? A JDM car, some race thing, or a muscle car? I actually have a... It's technically a JDM car. It wasn't made in Japan, but it is a Japanese model. So I'll show you a quick picture. I don't know how well it's going to load. Oh, whoops. I don't know how well you can see that. God, let me get it to stop rotating. Jesus. There you go. That is my G35 in real life. It's in my channel banner. It's an Infiniti, but it's technically made by Nissan. And in Japan, it's called the Nissan Skyline 350 GT. Beautiful car. It's just like the Nissan 350Z. It's the exact same car. It's just Nissan's luxury version of the 350Z, basically. So Nissan owns Infiniti. And the reason they made Infiniti is so they could differentiate, like, their regular Nissan line and then their luxury Nissan line. So, like, most of the luxury cars come from Infiniti, but they're still Nissans. They're all Nissans. Which is why I have this huge Nismo poster behind, or flag behind me. I love Nissans, alright? I'm a huge Nissan fanboy. So, yeah, I just love Nissans, everything about them, just how it is. Mercedes or Nissan Skyline, it's a Infiniti. It's an Infiniti G35, but technically a Nissan 350 GT Skyline in Japan. That's just what's called in Japan. But I love it though. It's got the sexiest purr of all time. I have a lot of pictures of it on my Instagram as well, which my Instagram is, I'll just put it in the description for you real quick. There we go, I'll pin the comment. There you go. And on Instagram I have more pictures of my actual car, of my G35. I actually just drifted it a little bit in the snow the other day, so that's on there too. I posted a couple of clips from me drifting in the snow. Alright, let's get this done, baby. And I love how quick this car grips up. That's another thing about all-wheel drive, is that rear-wheel drive, until I got about to like third gear, it wouldn't stop spinning, and then when I just barely pressed the gas in third gear, it would still spin. But all-wheel drive, literally after like 3 seconds, and then as soon as I hit second gear, this thing is gripping. We are moving now. I want to start doing some more IRL car videos too. Like when I go to car meets or like when I'm putting modifications on the G35. I want to start taking videos of that stuff for you guys. I don't really have a good camera or anything like that, but I don't know. I feel like I can still manage with my iPhone, even though my screen's quite a bit cracked. I plan on getting a new phone here pretty soon. But yeah, if you guys do have Forza though, this track is super fun to run. And it's actually just the regular drift track that is in Forza. Like, in free roam, this is like one of the drift courses to get, or the drift zones, I guess. I think I upshifted a little too early there. I didn't really pull all the power out of the 4th gear. Now I gotta downshift twice, fuck. Should have braked there. This car feels so smooth going in through these corners, though. I don't remember what time we started at. I think we started at like 27. So maybe there's hope that we can still beat this time. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna beat the time. We started at like 27, I think. Come on, baby, come on, push, push. 2:52. That's a solid ass time. 2 minutes and 52 seconds on the uphill. This thing's a monster. This thing is a monster. You're all good. I did as well, but I bought a lot of shark cards and I got a lot of money back. I don't even blame you, dude. There was a very solid point in time after I got my account banned that I was sitting there like, fuck, what am I going to do now? Because this is my main content on YouTube. So I found like one of those glitched races or whatever. Not like a race, I guess it was like one of those glitched jobs you could do where it just like instantly gave you XP. So I just let that run while I was sleeping and it got me back up to level 100. And then I found some speed glitches to do that got me some more money back. Or not speed glitches, car duplication glitches. And that's how I got my money back. And now I think I have more money than when I did before I was banned just because of just grinding out to get all my cars back so I could still make YouTube videos. That was a solid like 2 or 3 months of grinding back when COVID was like hitting and shit. So at least it happened while I was out of work and stuff like that, and I could actually do everything. Me and my friends would stay up all night watching your speed glitches and like competing. Dude, that is heartwarming to me, because that's kind of the reason I made videos like that. A lot of people are like, man, this is kind of useless, you can't use it in races. That's not what it's for, you know? It's made for having fun and like challenging your friends and scaring people with them, you know? Because when I originally found out like that speed glitching was a thing in GTA, that's what I used to do. I would just sit there and so I just pull up in a car with the front tires popped and be like, hey man, let's race. And one of my friends would be like, what the fuck? Your tires are popped. I'm going to win this easily. And then I'd come flying past them going damn near 200 miles an hour and their jaws would just drop. It was amazing. It was great. It was funny as hell. So I loved pranking people and pulling up the car meets in GTA and using those speed glitches and then just, I don't know, it was great. It was just, I don't know. That's what I loved about them, you know? There's just something fun to do on GTA that's not overplayed like a lot of... Because the game's been out for a while, so you gotta find new stuff to keep the fun, you know? We're starting at 32 here. See if we can't beat the downhill course now. Oh my god. That was almost bad. I felt the back tires almost slip up a little bit there. Oh, I should have clutched. We like barely scraped that guardrail. Oh my god! Downhill's so much different than uphill, bro. So now you've got gravity pulling on the car too. So even when I brake, I feel like I'm not braking enough on the downhill. So now we're kind of moving. Oh, we're moving now. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think we can beat the downhill time now. I think downhill time was like 2:54. 2 minutes and 54 seconds, I think. This feels like a pretty solid run. Shouldn't have crossed my arms, so that's a horrible thing to do. Never cross your arms when driving. Gotta swap your hands. Uh-oh, uh-oh. This is the corner we almost spun out at earlier. Alright, that was pretty solid. Just gotta be more careful on that corner. Oh my god. Like I said, man, this car's like on rails, dude. Especially going downhill, it just wants to stay in a straight line. We might beat it, though. We're at 245 right now, maybe? Oh my god, 249! We crushed the speed time last time. Jesus Christ. Was that by a whole fucking... Was that 9? I'm trying to think. Words are hard. The original time we got on the downhill was 2:54, and we just beat it and got a 2:49. So that's pretty solid. Was that 6 seconds? 6-second difference? That's solid. The comments aren't sending? I'm not sure why. Oh, if you say like a certain cuss word or something like that in the comments, they're restricted, so it automatically just cuts it out. Loved your Speedglish videos. It was way fun while it lasted. I know, man, for sure. I'll check out your Instagram after the stream, Simon. I don't really want to... If I try to pull it up right now, it's going to make my Forza mess up. Because for some reason, like when I try to click on other tabs, sometimes it'll mess with my wheel settings and it'll basically turn my wheel off. But I will check it out. Maybe I'll give you a follow, man. Stay tuned after the stream. I'll check it out. But yeah, I really do appreciate that, Mr. CP. I appreciate it, man. Hopefully you can get most of your money back in GTA 2. Alright, let me fix my pedals because they keep sliding forwards. So let me fix my pedals real quick and try to get them more on this towel. Because this towel is like the only thing that's stopping them from sliding forwards. Because it's on carpet, so I have to literally put them on this towel so they don't slide. And then we're going to start this run at 37 minutes. Alright, that feels pretty solid. No problem. Alright, sweet, sweet, sweet. So there's highlights of your angry cat. I'm definitely going to check that out. My roommate has a cat, and it breaks through my door sometimes and comes in my room. I'll be sleeping in the middle of the night, and then I think a fucking robber's coming in the apartment or some shit because the cat just busts down my door. It's low-key scary as fuck. Alright, let's beat that time. Alright, our best uphill time is like 2:52, I think. So I'm going to shoot for 2:50 on this uphill run. And again, I can go a lot faster on controller, but it's just not as fun. It's not as fun. I feel like you're in more control of the car on wheel. Almost overshot that corner. After this run, I'm going to hop back in the S13 and we're going to see if I can't get the hang of that oversteer. Alright, time to downshift. We're fucking moving now, boys. Oh, I was trying to use like my momentum there to kind of slingshot me into that corner, but it doesn't work as well with all-wheel drive. It's kind of like, if you ever seen Cars, man, turn right to go left. You got a Scandinavian flick into the corner. Because if you turn the opposite direction before you go into a corner, you can take that corner a lot sharper at a higher speed. Oh, we're sliding. Felt the back end kick out right there too. I think we can beat the time, dude. I think we can. We're close. This corner is just so long. We gotta beat 252. Right now it's 238. I don't know if we can do it. I don't know. I don't like cutting corners either. Oh, we couldn't beat it. No, we're gonna get like 254. 254. 254 and some change. Shit. Not too bad though. What vape you got? Apple or like? I'd appreciate it if you didn't call me the N-word. A lot of people find that offensive, so please don't do that. Also, it will completely restrict the message if you type that in. But what vape you got? It's a Nord. Don't vape, kids. Do not vape. It's a bad thing to get into. I'm trying to quit. My old roommate had a cat that would break into my room and sit on top of my dragon cage and get into my stuff, which I really didn't like. Yeah, I know what you mean, dude. She'll like stand on my keyboard and shit, and I'm just like, dude, get the fuck out of my room. I'm just like, what the hell? So that's why I keep my door closed. She's a super nice cat. It's just she'll be breaking into my room and scaring the shit out of me sometimes, like dead asleep. It'll be like 3 a.m. I'm just knocked out in my bed, and I hear door slams open, and I'm just looking up to see who's there, and then I look down, and there's this fucking little black cat just staring at me, and I'm just like, oh my god. It's like, I don't know, it's creepy as shit. It genuinely concerns me. But I think she just likes being in here. How much longer we have left on this playlist real quick? Might restart it. This was a pretty solid playlist, so I'm just gonna keep playing it. Okay, I have to go and do some medical sport. Maybe we'll talk on Instagram. Bye bye, good luck. I appreciate you, my man Sion. Appreciate you coming out to the stream. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Alright. Let's start this one up at 42 minutes exactly. I'm gonna get into this one. Just scoot my chairs a little bit. Alright. So we gotta be 249 on the way down this time. I'm trying not to over rev it this time. That might help with a little bit of the spinning on the launch. Oh yeah, we hooked up as soon as I launched that time. That was solid. Oh, I should have braked. I should have braked. I should have braked. Oh god. It's okay. We're able to clutch out of it a little bit there. Oh, that was the fastest I've taken this corner all night. That was pretty solid. Oh, we're sliding again. Oh my god. I don't know how I saved that. Little far on that one. Just taking that corner a little bit better. I think I'm hugging the inside line too hard in some of these corners. I think I need to work on that. Like, I think I need to start on the outside and work my way inside of the corner. So maybe I just gotta brick a little bit more. I think it's the only way I'm gonna improve my time. Kind of like start outside and then work my way to the inside of the corner, kind of like this. Like start on the outside of the corner and then work my way inside as I slingshot out of it, kind of. So start on the outside, kind of like that, and then just slowly work my way to the inside of the corner. That's so much better. I just gotta start actually doing that in every corner now. Or at least the sharp ones. Like that corner I could take straight down the middle. But like these sharp ones, like this sharp ass hairpin, I definitely need to start on the outside and then just work my way to the middle. How did we start at? We started like 42 minutes this time. Oh, downshifted too early. Oh my god. Probably just blew the fucking motor. Just over-revved the life out of it. Oh, to that corner too sharp. I don't think we're gonna beat it. No, we might get like 252. Ooh, 50. That was only 1 second worse. That wasn't too bad. Alright. Let's bring out the S13 again. Oh, oops. There we go. Let's bring out the old reliable S13 and see if I can't get the hang of this oversteering with it, man. Euro beats be hitting different though, especially if you've ever seen Initial D. They just, after you watch Initial D, man, Euro beats just become one of your favorite music genres. I don't know why, especially while driving. They just hit different. The cat was one of the sweetest cats I know, but I didn't want anything to happen to it, and my roommate blamed me, so I didn't want it in my room. I know what you mean, man. My roommate's super chill. He actually streams on Twitch, too. I got him into streaming. But yeah, I just don't like the cat coming in my room and messing with stuff either. Because dogs are a little bit more chill. They don't really fuck with much. But like cats just like getting into shit, you know what I mean? Well, most dogs don't really fuck with much, you know? Alright, I topped in the old reliable S13 now. I actually do want to build another car for this course. I have so many GTRs. I have so many duplicate S chassis too. That's actually funny as fuck. Alright, let's get the S13 running. This car just scares me, dude. It feels like a death trap. It's overly good at its job of sliding. sure it's just as terrifying to drive in real life. Alright, let's get her going. See, that's what I'm saying though, like you barely touched the gas and you were slingshotting through that corner. So I just gotta be like so much more careful when driving this car. Oh my god, dude. Like, dude, it just wants to slide no matter what. I really need to retune this thing. So I think I just want to go downhill on this course, which is nice because I'll show you guys a little trick on this map after we go the uphill course first. Nice little burnout. Alright, I think I'm ready. We're gonna start in 2 minutes. I think that cat wanted to get in my room because I didn't want her in my room. Yeah, I think that's the exact reason this cat tries to get in here too, bro. I think she just knows that I don't want her in there, so she's like, I have to disobey. She thinks she's the boss, man, and I gotta change that. Let's start in... No, I'm gonna stay starting in first. I feel like if I start in second gear, it's just not gonna go well. Oh my god, dude, just barely pressed on the fucking brake and I'm sliding. Oh my god, I really need to tune this car. I need to change the brake bias back down to just like 60 or something. Right now it's on like 80. So the rear just wants to slide no matter what, bro. It's so scary. If I can just get a feel for it and be able to use that like oversteer to my advantage. Oh my god, dude, it just doesn't want to stop. Then I think I could genuinely be a lot quicker in this car. But it's just because I simply just don't have the experience. Like, I drive a rear-wheel drive car in real life, but oversteer is just a monster you have to spend a lot of time and experience getting the hang of. Like that, dude, like, it's so hard to control that when it starts sliding and keeping it in a straight line. Oh my god. I'm just gonna have to start throttling out of it a lot. I think upshifting out of the corners might help too. Yeah, as soon as I hit the brakes, bro, it's just gone. When I upshift, it kind of grips up a little bit better, though. You just gotta be so much more delicate with this car. Oh my god. It just loves sliding, bro. That's the problem. Luckily, I don't have simulation steering on, though. Standard is a little easier to control. just glad we haven't spun out yet. Hopefully, I'm not jinxing myself. Oh, that was a solid corner, bro. Jesus. I really thought that was gonna be the corner I fucking spun out at. Oh my god. About lost it there too. And there it is. Still good, still good. Still haven't spun all the way out yet. This is fucking extremely hard. 500 horsepower on a car like this with skinny back tires. Completely cambered front fucking wheels. And too much torque for the car to handle. 325 on that one, Jesus Christ. Also extremely rear biased braking. What time is it for you? It is currently 7 a.m. for me. Which is fine because I actually go to work at 9 p.m. and get off at 5:30 a.m. So this is kind of going to be, I guess, when I stream normally now. If, like, at least on my days that I work. On days that I'm off, I'm probably going to just wake up around like 9 or 10 p.m. and start streaming around 11 p.m. my time. But on days that I work, I'm probably going to stream around like 5, 6, 7 a.m. in the morning after I get off work. My videos will come out at normal times though. My videos will come out at like 12 p.m., 1 p.m., stuff like that when I record videos. I'll just have them release at regular times. Yeah, this car is super fun to drive, but God, is it hard. It's so much easier on controller. So after I do this run with the wheel, I'll do a run with controller and show you guys how much better I am on controller. It's crazy. It's so much harder on wheel, but so much more fun. So I really just want to start getting the hang of racing with the wheel more. Let's try launching in second gear. Maybe I won't spin as much. That first gear just eats the tires up. It's a little better. Oh my god, we're still spinning. I was gonna let the car coast into the corners if I don't want to drift it. Oh, I'm trying to just barely tap the brake because I know as soon as I put too much pressure on it, it's gonna slide. God, this car is just... It's so fun, but so hard to drive, dude. I just need to spend more time in it. Oversteered like a motherfucker there, Jesus. Just gotta work on my throttle control with this car. I can't full throttle this thing in corners like I can with the Evo or other all-wheel drive cars. But yeah, eventually, since I started up this Touge team, I want to start doing runs with people on courses like this around the map in Forza. Like 2 people at a time, other people just sitting back watching, waiting for their turn. And, you know, making like a fun little game out of it, kind of. Like where you can have a cat and mouse game to where one car goes down or up the hill and another car chases. And if the first car gets away, they win. If the second car stays on their bumper, they just keep running until somebody wins or they switch places. Spun out again, Jesus Christ. God. This thing is hard to drive. But, if the car passes them that's in the back, they win. Because cat and mouse is actually pretty fun. Because you can't, like... And I don't want people to just, like, hit each other out of the way, you know? Like, I want it to be, like, a respectable racing community. Oh my god, I need downshift. This is gonna be a drift. Fuck it, it's happening. Oh my god. That wasn't too bad. Maybe I should need to practice my drifting in this car so I can... Oh, that was pretty solid. I don't think we got too much angle on that corner, but that felt pretty good. We didn't really touch the grass that much. That's another big accomplishment. You guys are learning with me, alright? I haven't used the wheel on Forza that much. So this is still kind of new to me. Oh my god. Fuck it, we're going for it. Oh my god, as soon as we gripped up, we just went launching over the corner. We're gonna clutch into this corner and try it. Clutch into this one too. Way too much throttle. Way too much throttle. Spun out immediately. What time is for you? Oh, yeah, I already mentioned that. East Coast? Yeah. Indiana. So, yeah, pretty much the East Coast time. I think it's Eastern Standard Time. Pretty sure. I can. It always messes with my mind. Yeah, I'm trying to get the hang of sliding this thing more on the wheel. It's pretty difficult. Alright, now I'm going to do a run on controller. I'll show you guys just how much better I am on controller than on wheel. And I'll do it from the outside cam too. It's a lot easier on controller to handle this car. Because you can handle the oversteer a lot easier on the controller, just because you don't have to actually spin a wheel. You're just moving the stick side to side to kind of control the steering of the car. It's a lot easier. And you're from Missouri, man? Hell yeah, it's not too far away from you then. Yeah, it's so much easier to control this car on the controller than steering wheel. Or wheel and pedals, I should say. We went up a smoke storm behind us. Probably shouldn't have drifted that corner. I probably could have just taken that normally. That's another interesting thing I didn't think about. Before coming out of the corner, if I just hold the clutch, the car grips up a little bit before I can just start riding again. So maybe noticing that from the outside of the car on controller, maybe I should implement that when I'm racing on the wheel. That might help me grip up a little bit better in this car. Just kind of engage the clutch a little bit coming out of the corner. Just kind of get the car to grip back up again. Might be another little technique I need to throw into my arsenal. Yeah, it kind of works. Now that I'm like actually trying it, it's working pretty well. Yeah, controller is definitely a lot easier. Like, I think we just destroyed our time. I was doing some flashy drifts there, though, so it did decrease our time just a little bit. Well, I gotta go run to the store. I'll be back, hopefully. Hell yeah, man, I appreciate you, Mr. CP guy. I don't know how long I'm gonna stream for, but I'll stream for probably another hour or so. Alright, now we're gonna do a downhill run on controller before we go back to wheel, just to see. And then I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, take a short break, and we'll be back. But yeah, I just want to compare my downhill time on controller versus wheel. I think my fastest time with this car on the wheel was like, I think it was like 3:05, 3 minutes and 5 seconds. So we're going to start at 15 minutes and see if I can't beat the time on controller. Just to see a nice little comparison of how different controller is from wheel. Because obviously it's a lot easier, but at the same time I feel like you feel the need to flashy drift more when you're looking at the like third-person view of the car. At least I do. This thing has an extremely touchy throttle though, Jesus Christ. That was solid. That was the exact inside line I was looking for. Yeah, there's so much to use on controller. But it's not as fun, you know? Wheel's just a lot more fun. More immersive, I should say. Maybe not necessarily more fun, but just more immersive. You kind of feel like you're one with the car, you know? Like it's a part of your body. Alright, so it's been 2 minutes. I think we can beat the time on controller really easily. And it's really just because I have a lot more experience on controller too. I'm sure if I had more experience on wheel, I'd probably be faster, but it's just so much more harder to learn on wheel than controller. Like that was too flashy. I lost too much speed on that drift. So the whole point of this is just to just barely drift just enough to take the corner at a really high speed without obviously flying off of the course. But keep most of your speed going into it also. So kind of like that. Just like a little, kind of like a little power slide more than a drift. We're definitely going to beat the time though. Time to beat was 3 minutes and 5 seconds. We just beat it. And we got 2 minutes and 59 on controller. Solid. Store's like a 2-minute walk. It won't be long. Hell yeah, Mr. CP guy. Oh, and another cool trick I wanted to show you guys about this course is that since it's an uphill course, when you go through the checkpoints and all the checkpoint stuff, the last checkpoint that you go through is the one that ends the uphill course at the top. And so if you just press X to reset your car, you'll go back up to the top and you can just keep doing downhill runs if you want, rather than just going uphill and downhill. See, it sets us back up here. All I gotta do is turn around. You should get a right-hand drive wheel. I mean, this kind of what this is. I mean, you can pretty much place it anywhere, but I know what you mean, like what the pedal set's different, maybe. Yeah, so you can just reset and go right back down through here. So I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. When I return, we will be using the wheel and trying to get better with this fucking S13 and try to learn oversteer of this car a little bit better, because this thing is just a monster. So I will be right back in about less than 5 minutes probably. So see you guys in a second. Alright, and we are back. Had to grab me a Sunny D. Most important thing of driving is obviously staying hydrated. So you can focus on the road, not on your bodily needs. But yeah, I really gotta say, like, trying out this type of racing in Forza, I don't know what it is, it's just like, I don't know. It's so fun because it's something like I've never really tried to do in Forza before, you know what I mean? So it's different, it's super fun, and it's, I don't know what it is, it just makes Forza more fun. Like, I want to keep building cars for this specific reason. To just quite literally just use them on the Touge and try to improve my style of Touge driving, I guess. But alright. We're going to sit here and just for a second wait for the 20 minutes. I'm going to do this course downhill one more time on the wheel, and then we're going to make another car. And see if we can't find another nice car to use on this downhill course. Maybe another all-wheel drive. I've really been liking the way that the all-wheel drives handle. I prefer the rear-wheel drive more. I just need more experience on the wheel with them because they're a lot harder to handle. But I think I want to make a Subaru, like an older Subaru. All-wheel drive, just go crazy with it, you know? Alright, so we're going to start at 21 minutes. And this time I'm not really going to go for time. I'm just going to try to practice drifting a little bit more in this car. Obviously without e-braking. So I want to try to practice clutch kicking and braking drifting more. Because the back end likes to slide on this thing a lot whenever you brake. And I need to get the hang of this fucking oversteer because it is insane. Also, if you guys are liking the Eurobeat, I have the copyright-free playlist in the description. There's a link to it. Thankfully, I was able to find it. So this way, maybe we can have some more songs in the stream. I need to kick the clutch in more there. I just noticed that. I try to throttle out of those drifts way too much. Maybe I'm initiating them a little too early. So let's try this again. It's downshift. Okay, kicking the clutch gave me a little bit more control of the car right there, so I'm going to try to implement that a little bit more. Maybe kick it one more time coming out of the corner. I'm about to say fifth gear felt a little bit too high, but I downshifted before I was going in a straight line, so we almost slid out again. So I'm going to take this downhill a little slow just to kind of get the hang of drifting a little bit more. Oh my god, that oversteer is crazy, but we actually saved it. Oh, that corner felt good until I fucking locked the wheel. I was at full tilt right there for a second. I just gotta be faster with my wheel transitions like that. But the force feedback on this thing is so strong. So I'm going to try to drift like every corner that I can on this course, just to get a better feel for how this car handles. Oh my god, we're going off the side of the mountain! Oh my god! I just died! I actually just fucking died. That was tough. That was super fucking tough. But I've also noticed if I upshift and then let off the throttle, that car grips up a little quicker. That felt a little cleaner too. Ooh, too much throttle. Too much throttle. This is that sharp corner into the next super long hairpin. Oh, should have braked before that. Well, that felt smooth. I just couldn't transition it. Straighten her up. God, dude, this thing is so hard to fucking control. But I enjoy it. It's like actually fun. Because honestly, in my opinion, it's the best part about racing, like simulation kind of. Obviously, like I said earlier, Forza is not a simulation game by any means. But the cool thing is that you can literally just full send a car in this game. Like, there's really no risk factor like there is in real life, so you don't have to worry about like crashing your car or nothing. You can just full send it all the time. Oh my, like that. Like that didn't actually happen, you know? Just in a game, you know? Oh my god! Reverse entry! Jesus Christ. Alright, now I say we make another all-wheel drive car, because I'm way better at handling those in rear. Rear-wheel drive is so fun, but god is it hard. Front-wheel drive is pretty hard too, because you gotta deal with understeer. God. Alright, so let's go ahead and quit the event. And let's go make us an all-wheel drive Subaru monster for this mountain. We'll drive that a couple of times, and then I'll probably call it quits on the stream. I don't know. Maybe we'll keep going, depending. I don't know. Kind of feeling good. I don't really have to go to bed for another couple hours before I gotta get going to work. But no, why don't we try driving the wheel down to the Horizon Festival? Look at this big intersection with nothing happening. Fucking taxi, move, man! Then nothing happening, and there's just a fucking beetle right in front of me. Oh my god, dude. I think this thing would still slide with traction control on. That's how fucking quick it slides. And you gotta remember, it's not set up to drift. It's set up to attack those courses. It's not set up specifically to just drift constantly. It's just supposed to drift corners, and that is it. So that's why it's a little bit harder to control, like, while drifting, because it's not really meant to solely drift. It's meant to drive grip and drift. That's a good combination I'm trying to combine. That's why I need to tune it just slightly better too. Probably should have kicked that up into fourth gear right there. We were going a little too quick for that. Alright, let's make us another car for the tailgate now, alright? S13's fun, but I need way more experience on the wheel with rear-wheel drive cars. So, I want to make another good time attack all-wheel drive car now. So let's grab a Subaru. There's a way to filter this by manufacturer, but I can't remember how the fuck to do it. jump to manufacture. There we go. That's what it was. Subaru. Where you at? There we go. Subaru. Alright, I want like an older one. I don't think they have an old enough one, you know. I'm looking for like 22B, you know. Wait, isn't the 22B a barn find? I genuinely cannot remember. Let me see. I might already have one in the garage. I'm not sure. If not, we're gonna buy one. 2004 is pretty close. Do we not have bug eyes in this game? Now that I think about it. I gotta say though, these copyright-free Euro beats are still go pretty hard. Model 22B. Wait a minute. How much is it? It's probably like a stupid amount of money, right? Like, there's no way. I don't know if we got that. I don't know if we got the facilities for that, man. I don't know if we got the facilities for that, dude. 5 mil. Jesus Christ. And there's none that are like cheaper than that either. They're all just at like a solid 5 mil. I mean, I guess I could sell some of my cars, but Jesus Christ. I think it was from like one of the events or whatever. Let's see if they just have like a different. Alright, so maybe we won't go with the Subaru. Let's find another decent all-wheel drive car. That's a little much. I have a R32 already made, but I'm trying to think. Trying to think of what else we could use. Because most of the Hondas are all rear wheel. Like I said, I'm looking for like 90s and older. I could make an R32. I already have one kind of made. But the problem with it is that even though it is all-wheel drive, it's more biased to the rear, so it still likes to slide a little bit. Ooh, a Pulsar, though. I didn't think about this. A 1990s Pulsar? That could be something we could think about. Because it's an all-wheel drive also. It would actually be kind of sick. Should we try the Pulsar GTIR? I think that could be kind of interesting. And if we can see, it is way more biased to the front. It's 62%. At least the weight is, so maybe that would be doable. That might be something to consider. I also didn't think about the Toyotas either. Ooh, a Celica though? Like, what if you made like a Celica? Because there's a Celica in Initial D. I think it's in the movie, the technical third stage, there's a Celica. Should we go with the Celica then? I think the Celica would be a little bit more fun. This is like the only manufacturer I haven't really made a car for the Touge yet. I originally wanted to make the MK3 Supra. I think we're gonna go with the Celica. It's a 1992, it's perfect time. Let's grab the Celica, fuck it, man. This thing looks sick. It's a GT4 too, so it's pretty popular. Oh, whoops. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna go to colors, make it black. And it's got the pop-up headlights, man. You know I love me some pop-ups. Hey man, do you need Forza money? Nah, I'm good, man. I have a ton of cars I need to sell. I just don't ever feel like getting around to it. I have a ton of duplicates. Right now, we're just gonna make another car for the Touge. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. I like that. And it's another little two-door coupe. This thing's probably gonna like absolutely shred. Alright. So we're gonna throw a base tune on it. Alright, seems like it already comes with a turbo. I might look at some of these options, but I'm probably not gonna throw any bumpers on. Unless they look kind of OEM, you know? But alright, so we can have a maximum of 500 horsepower. That puts us up to 330 already. Might stay with the Sport Turbo, just to be able to throw some other mods on. I get the exhaust sounding good, 320. Let me get the basics out of the way first. We need an intercooler, because we have a turbo. Need oil cooling also. Flywheel needs to be maxed. Probably get the pistons up in there. Fuel system's a must-have. Ignition's a must-have. Now we can go on to like camshaft and stuff, because this is where the real power is going to come in. We'll probably go with a sport cam. Sport valves. The displacement. Probably go ahead and put the race book on there. Alright. Now how much more with this? Okay, see that puts us at 528. So I think I want to keep the sport turbo, because I think if I put the race turbo in, all that it's really going to do is just make the rear more slippery. And it's an all-wheel drive, so that's not really what you want. Oh my god, those cams. Might be the only thing I can really do. Let's take the valves down back to sport valves, and then maybe max out the camshaft. That might put us at 500. Still 524, so let's find something to take back down. Let's take this on to 513. 517. Let's take this down to 510. That's perfect. Like I said, the maximum I want for this, what's good, Silent? The maximum I want for these Touge cars is 510 horsepower, nothing above. But at least 500. And then as far as like race, like stuff like brakes and stuff goes, all that doesn't really matter. Just throw in the race suspension. I want to make the front lighter so that the rear grips up better, if that makes sense. I want more weight on the rear. Just do sport rate reduction. All this can be maxed out. Race transmission, race driveline. Probably a rally differential. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think that might help more. Tires. I only use sport tires on these Touge cars. That's it, because they're grippy enough to grip and slippery enough to slide. As far as wheel width goes, I don't want to go too crazy on the front, because the front needs to slide more than the rear does, so put all the power towards the rear. Now we just need some like 90s style wheels, kind of like that. This thing sounds hot though. This thing sounds super fucking hot. Alright, so we need some like 90s style wheels. Let me just look up like a 90s style Celica GT4. And just see like what wheels were on them back then, because I want to keep like period correct wheels, you know. I'm also gonna look at the one that was an initial D and try to get like a good view of that too, to kind of see like what wheels it had on it, because I want to keep like period correct wheels, you know, like I want this to be like semi-realistic. So even if they aren't the exact wheels, we can get like close replicas, I guess. That makes sense. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot that kind of look like these Inkies, and a lot that kind of look like the Buddy Clubs and these. So we're just gonna get like 90s style wheels. They don't actually have to be like made in the 90s, you know. I mean, we're gonna paint them anyway, so color doesn't really matter. Those are pretty solid. I actually kind of like those. I'm really picky when it comes to the wheels, because I feel like the wheels kind of make the car, you know. Ooh, these are kind of clean. I actually really like these. I think we're gonna go with these works. Might make these just slightly bigger. Throw 16s on them. I feel like that looks pretty solid. We're gonna camber the front out a little bit, so just so it'll take turns a little better. So I need to space that out a little bit. Maybe put this one just a little bit, just up the track with just slightly, you know. Maybe the front out too. There we go. Alright, now the car is basically done. It's in C class though, which is kind of odd, because I thought that it would be up to A by now. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of odd. Oh, never mind. It is A. It's at 800. I don't know why. I was looking at like the basic. So it's at 800 exactly. So we can't really put too much more on it for it to be out of its class. All this kind of messes with the traction, but then again, it's not like we're going to be going and using all 500 of this horsepower. Let's be kind of clean. That looks kind of nice. I don't know why, but I kind of like the stock wing. Let's see what kind of bumpers we got here. It's just like a... Just add some tow hitches, I guess. I'm gonna keep their stock bumper on the rear. Oh, yeah. I might put these on, but the only problem is that how low the car is. I think they're gonna sink into the ground. So maybe not. Hood-wise, we're not going for like a rally wheel, obviously, but I might keep the stock hood too. I actually really like that vent. I feel like that's kind of what makes the Celica, you know? So yeah, I think that's good. We're pushing 510 horsepower, and we lowered the weight down just a little bit, just about 400-pound difference. That's not bad. So I think this thing will be able to handle pretty solid on the Touge. I don't know though. We will tune it just slightly. As far as these springs go, we're going to go ahead and drop this. Like I said, I want most of the weight on the rear so it doesn't slide as much. Which means I might have to keep the rear up a little bit higher just so that it has a little bit more body roll. And I'm not going to mess with the spring stuff and stuff like that. That's only when I need to test the car vigorously before I can really understand how much I need to change on it. But yeah, I want to keep the front low. And we're going to camber out the front quite a bit so it can take the corners at sharper angles. It's pretty solid. Differential wise, acceleration. Looks pretty solid. Okay, I don't really think I want to mess with that. That's pretty solid. I might want to bias this to the rear a little bit more. Just so that when I do apply the brakes, it doesn't just keep the car going in a straight line, you know? Like, I kind of want it to kick the back end up just slightly. If that makes sense. I kind of like this, like, black on white wheel style. I don't know what it is, but I'm really digging it here lately. Slight tint. Other than that, it's looking pretty damn good, not gonna lie. Tone those down just a little bit so they're not too bright, and then we'll throw the stickers on her and we'll go test her on the Touge, because I think this thing's gonna be fucking gnarly. I mean, honestly, anytime you put 500 horsepower on an all-wheel drive car and then put it on a mountain, tends to be pretty sick. Let me load one of my vinyl grips here. I think I want to use my alternate one again. The white on orange. Times do everything, Touge 18, baby. Oh, this has got like a good slot for it too. Like I said, I like keep it at 90 style, you know, like 90 slap stickers to show like the racing teams. So this looks pretty clean. So we'll keep that one right there. We're gonna mirror it to the other side. Yep. Move it just a little bit. And then flip it horizontally. It's pretty solid, I kinda like that. That looks pretty good. Yep, looks fairly even. Alright, now I think on the hood I want to use a different. I might just use the tag on the hood, which which is just the ×2 EV. So I want to put it on one of the pop-up lights because I think it looks sick as shit. So we're going to put it right on one of the pop-ups. Oh, that looks clean. That actually looks super clean. Might be able to scale it up one. Oh, that is hot. that is hot. Smack one on the rear bumper as well. Actually, I'll just genuinely just place her around. Trying to understand the body lines of this car a little bit more. There we go. Scale it down one. Put that right there. And then we're going to add just a little tuning thing that would go with this in the 90s as well. So we're going to look up TRD, which is Toyota's racing division. It's their tuner, which is kind of like how Nissan has like HKS and Nismo. This is kind of like Toyota's like tuning company pretty much. Which I think they just recently changed to GR, I can't remember. That might just be like another brand that they have now. I also have Tom's, so I have quite a few like racing teams. So I want to go for like a 90s one, so like I want like this, but I want it in like just white. Makes sense. Like that's kind of nice. I like that. I feel like that's pretty 90s style. That's pretty nice too. So I want it to be like 90s style. Keep it like period correct, you know. So yeah, that's pretty solid. So maybe we just keep that like right there. Maybe I made the ×2 EV up there too. I don't know. Kind of like it on the bumper though. Alright, she's looking ready to race, so let's test her on the wheel and see if she's a monster or not. But yeah, if you guys are wondering, that's how I build my tailgate cars for the most part. I do some other tuning on the side once I have enough runs on the mountain with them, but that's what I like to call a base tune. Just throwing on parts to it to get it to 500 horsepower, maxing out braking and stuff like that, and then let's get a feel for this thing. It's probably going to spin a little bit. It's pretty quick. Just want to get a feel for it on controller before we... Oh, man. The sticker on that headlight looks sick. Oh, God. Sounds sick. I'm just kind of interested to see how it's going to take corners, you know? Because I think the way that this brakes... Yeah, it's going to slide the rear out just a little bit, so... It might be just enough to be able to take corners kind of like a rear-wheel drive car. If I brake into them enough. So I think this could be interesting. I'm thinking we could probably get a pretty solid time on the downhill and uphill with this car. Because it's pretty quick. I don't know, it handles pretty well on controller, so now I'm interested to see how it's going to do on the wheel. It's pretty quick, I'm not gonna lie. And once again, here is my track if you guys would like to look it up. There is the share code. Like I said, the only way for it to load in all of the props that I've placed is if you come and start it at the race just like I did, instead of looking it up in the events tab. But let's get her going, let's see how she feels. I have a lot of hope for this car. So I think it'll work out pretty well. See how she does. Hopefully she's okay. It felt really good on the controller though. Oh, we got a Momo wheel too. It already feels pretty solid. Doesn't really slide too much either. What's interesting about the gear ratios on this car though is I think I'm gonna have to start taking corners in second gear on it. Third feels like it's almost too much. See what I mean? I guess it depends on the corner. Alright, man. Let's start her up at 1 minute. Let's see how she handles. Grips up super quick. As soon as you lock into second gear, it's gripping. Nice. This thing could probably get a pretty solid time. My fastest time in the Evo was 2:54, 2 minutes and 54 seconds. I think this thing can destroy that. Oh, see, I might have to take that in second gear. Gear ratios in this car are just slightly different, as well as the front and rear biasing of the actual power distribution. This thing doesn't have as much power to the rear wheels as the Evo does, I don't think. Still pretty quick though. This car is fun as fuck to drive on the wheel, holy shit. On the roads like this thing, it's like it's fucking, I mean, it basically was built for roads like this. This is Toyota's rally car pretty much. But it's super fun to drive on this. Part of me wishes the rear would slip out just a little bit more. Not enough to oversteer, but enough to take the corners a little sharper. Which I might have to do something with the brake bias. Because see, it like doesn't even want to slip at all almost. And I feel like that could improve the time. It's, if it slipped even just a slight bit, I think it could help improve the time. So I might mess with that. But that's what I was talking about. That's why I don't like tuning cars before I go to the mountain, because then I don't know. I don't have a good base tune to work off of, you know? Like, I want to be able to get a feel for the car on the road and see what needs to be changed before trying to change something beforehand, you know? So that's how I do my base tunes. A lot of people do them differently, but that's my little base tune for the Touge cars, at least. And this is kind of good because I feel like if I would have went with that race turbo, I feel like we'd be spinning more in the back, and that's not what I want. Because this is supposed to be a grip car. Like, this is going to be one of my uphill cars rather than a downhill one. This one's going to be meant for grip racing uphill. But I am going to test it on the downhill a little bit too, just to see how it does. Oh, gotta brake a little bit more. Okay, so maybe I can take those corners in third. I'm just gonna have to let off the throttle and kind of feather it a little bit. Oh my god, we might beat the Evo's time on the uphill. It was like 2:54 on the uphill, I think. We might tie it. 51, 52, 53. Beat the Evo's time. First run too, without even really getting a feel for the car. Do you play other games on this stream? Yeah, I play. I've played a lot of things actually. I like to have a little bit of diverse content, but I really like just kind of sticking with mostly Forza and GTA. Because I like cars. But I mean, I've played Rust and a bunch of other stuff too. So yeah, this Celica is putting in some work. I think this thing might be my go-to uphill grip car for now. This thing feels really good. I still need to tune the gear ratios and stuff a little bit better so it can take corners a little faster in third gear. Maybe some braking bias to the rear a little bit more. just so it'll slide just enough to kind of slip through those corners and the apexes, but for now this thing feels super fucking solid. I think we can smash 2 minutes and 40 seconds, like 49 seconds on the downhill. I think we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. We're gonna start at 5 minutes. Immediately grips up, like so quick. And just scratch my ear. Just cost me some time on my upshift. Downshift to third, brake a little bit. Skidding a little bit, but it's not too bad. Take this corner wide and then cut to the middle. There we go, that was a pretty solid corner. I'm trying to get those back brakes to lock up, but they won't. They just won't. I gotta change that braking pressure too. Buy some more to the rear and change the braking pressure a little softer maybe. This thing moves like a snake though, dude. It's taking these corners like they're fucking nothing. At pretty high speeds too. Downshift twice, down to third. Brake a little bit, maybe clutch in and out. There we go. Down to third again, clutch it a little bit, let the car slide right through the corner. I don't know, there's something about downhill that's just so much more difficult. So now I'm working against gravity and the car's starting to slide a little bit, but still not enough to slip through the corners like I want it to. You gotta think, out of all the power in this car, it's 500 horsepower right now, but only 62% of that's going to the rear, so it's not going to want to kick out that much. It's almost got 50-50 power distribution, so that's why it's feeling like it's kind of just driving in a straight line too much. But I don't really want to affect that much, because that'll affect the entire car a whole lot more, and it'll handle way different. And it handles really good now, so I don't want to mess that up. I just need to mess with the braking a little bit. Ooh, that was almost bad. Down to third again. There we go. It slipped a little bit right there. That was kind of nice. Now, the good thing about sliding an all-wheel drive car like this is as soon as it starts to go straight, it's gripping right back up. So you don't have to worry about spinning and losing too much time. Just going to clutch into this corner. Let it kind of ride out. Stomp on it on the way out. Oh, started sliding a little bit there. Should have braked before that. I think we can do it. $2.50. 2 minutes and 50 seconds on the down. That's not bad at all. This thing's pretty damn quick. Still not as quick as the Evo was, but it's moving. I don't know. I really like how this thing handles it. It's different. It's so different. Let's see if we can kind of slide it a little bit. Might try. A little bit. Sounds gnarly. Alright, let's get ready for this uphill. I'm gonna start at 9 minutes. Remember, 2:53 is the time to beat on this run, on the uphill. I think I'm getting a little bit more used to the way this car handles too. Another big key to racing like this is always pay attention to the next corner, not the corner that you're in. So you know how to set yourself up for the next one, and that's what I've been neglecting to do for a little bit. That's why I tend to get caught up in the corner that I'm already in, and I'm not ready to face the next one, and I either cut the wheel too sharp or not enough. So I need to start just focusing on the next corner. Just paying too much attention to my RPM gauge. Just need to let the car tell me what it needs. I'm like, what do you need, baby? Need some more gas? I'll give you some more gas. Speak to me. This is so fun, actually. I enjoy this so much. I've got a smile this entire time. The rear-wheel drive car is fun too, but holy shit is it hard. It's more of like, produces more anxiety. Still fun as hell though. I'm still smiling the whole time I'm driving the S13, but it's just so much harder to keep control of. Oh, we're sliding a little bit. Downshift. Hard brake into third. Hold it. There we go. Got it. Got it. Might have to hard brake into third on this one too. Oh shit. Took a little wide. That's kind of what I wanted because we can center back onto that center line now. Nice. Just throttle out of this long ass corner and we're good to go. Can we beat it? We gotta beat 40 or 53. Can we do it? 51, 2-second differential. Not too bad. That was a good run. This thing felt really solid on the uphill. I just don't think it slides enough on the downhill. It just grips a little too much on the downhill, but on the uphill, it eats those fucking corners. Might try it in third person on this run too, so you guys can kind of see how the car moves a little bit better. It's gonna be harder for me because when you're racing with the wheel, I feel like it's a lot easier to do it in first person. But I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can get the hang of it. We're gonna start at 13 minutes. Let's get her ready. This thing has some crazy anti-lag too. This is so you guys can kind of see what I feel when I'm in the car. You guys can see the third-person view of things, kind of how the car is moving when I'm in corners. See how the back wheels are kind of sliding, but they won't give? Oh, that was too sharp. I don't know why I was in fifth gear there. I should have went way back down to fourth and then maybe into third after I left that up corner. Cost me a pretty good amount of time. We're in fifth again. Let's knock her down to third. Try to eat this corner out. There we go. Oh my god. I need to quit braking as much and just let the car coast through the corner, I think. That's another big thing about downhill is because I have gravity working on my side on the downhill, so I don't really need to brake as much. Just let the car do its thing, let the gravity kind of pull it down. See, I feel like that's improving my time a lot. Oh my god! Went a little too quick into that corner. See, it's so much harder in my opinion, doing this on wheel in third person, because I feel like you don't have. I feel like you can't see as much, or like your depth perception's a lot different than when you're in first person. So it's kind of hard to tell like what speed I need to take a corner at in third person rather than first. Because like I feel like I can take it faster than what I genuinely can because I'm in third person. So it seems like it's further away, you know? It seems like it's wider, when in reality in first person it looks a lot smaller. So it's a lot easier to tell. Like that. In first person I probably wouldn't have went in that speed. It just, I don't know, it just throws your depth perception off. I prefer racing in third person, but on wheel, first person's the way to go. Even then, that wasn't too bad. That was still sub 3 minute time in third person. I'll give you guys a third person look at uphill too. Alright. Whew! This thing's fun as fuck to drive though. Especially this course. I want to find some more mountain courses like this around Forza to do this on. Maybe in like a mountain circuit or something that has uphill and downhill combined. Because I think there is like one pretty solid one. Trying to get the wheels a little warm. Alright, I think this might be the last run and then we might end the stream off. Nah, I lied. We'll do one more downhill and one more uphill in first person. You also feel the sense of speed a little bit more in first person, so I think that's what kind of helps. Because like even though I'm going like 110, in third person it feels like I'm going like 60. Pedals are starting to scoot up again. I gotta pull them back. I think the genuine key to this course is to brake enough, but not too much. Just like adjust enough to get the car to change its momentum. Kind of like that. Kind of kick the back end out just enough to change the momentum of the whole car. Without sending it off. Oh, we actually slid a bit right there. Too fast, too fast. Backing down to fourth. Oh shit, we're sliding. Trying to get control of it. Oh, ate the guardrail. Ate the telephone pole. Fuck, man. Third person's so much harder. Definitely not beating our time this time. Nope, we're gonna... Might still get under 3 minutes, though. Maybe 3 minutes exactly. Not too shabby. We're gonna go back into first person, though. So you just feel the sense of speed more in first person for some reason. I love it. I love it! Alright, we'll wait for 22 seconds. Do a downhill, do one more uphill, probably call it a night. What do you guys think? Well, call it a morning, I guess, because it is like fucking 8:30 a.m. for me right now. Also, the music shut off, but I just felt like I just said fuck it because I want you guys to hear the raw fucking sounds of the car. Oh, clutching down helped just enough. We almost flew off. We started at 21. Yeah, this course is super fun to practice, so if you guys want to, all you gotta do is just go back and look at the share code and try it out for yourself. I'll probably post it in the description to you or in the in a pinned comment for people who are watching this stream after I've already uploaded it in the playback. Yeah, it's super fucking fun, dude. I'm gonna make some more tracks like this, and I'm gonna make some battle tracks too, because this one's just for practice. This one's just to practice your uphill and downhill. But I also want to make some that are actually made for like battle tracks, so that people can battle each other after they've practiced a lot on this one. If you guys want to be a part of that battling, you guys are welcome to join me and my Touge team. And like I said, I make videos about this stuff too, just kind of like rules for like the Touge team and stuff like that, like restrictions and the homologation stuff, like the highest horsepower your car can have and stuff like that. I might eventually make a Discord for it as well, and that Discord will be kind of universal. It'll be for like GTA car meets and stuff, as well as Forza, as well as keeping you guys up to date on like my content that I'm going to be posting on YouTube and stuff too. So that's actually been in the works for a little bit, and you guys are actually hearing that first. A little bit of spoilers for what's going to be upcoming for my channel, but I don't know, I'm kind of excited about it. I think it'll be pretty badass. I feel like we can do a lot with it and have a lot of fun. Hopefully, I can meet some great people in the process. Maybe some racers that are better than me. Maybe I can learn from them. Oh, we're sliding. Oh, God. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Okay, we're good. Spun out, but we didn't die, so that's a win in my book. I just took that corner a little too hot, and then I tried to throttle out of it. Man, that's what fucked me. And plus the gravity was pulling down on the car too, so that didn't really help too much. Like, Forza physics aren't great, but you can definitely feel the difference between uphill and downhill on this course. So it's like not bad at all. They did a pretty good job of capturing the way that gravity feels. So we got like a 256 or 257 on that. It's not too bad. Definitely wasn't the best run of the night, but I'm pretty happy with the improvements that I have made and getting to get a feel for these different cars. So I'm pretty proud of that. Pretty proud of that. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and end this off here with a little all-wheel drive burnout, huh? Or all-wheel drive sliding. We'll get down to the base of the mountain again real quick, get to that intersection, and we'll end it off as we should. It's a nice little donut in all-wheel drive. See, this thing doesn't like slide at all. I'm trying to full throttle it, even clutching it all, and it's just like, yeah, I want to go straight. I don't like doing that. I'm gonna put it in first person now. We don't have a whole lot of room to work with. Might have thrown it second, actually. Might be this way. No, grips up in second too much. Let me try this. I don't think I've ever tried this camera. This would be kind of cool. Oh fuck, wheels upside down. So I said I hate about the paddle shifters, dude. I can't ever tell if the wheel's upside down and then the shifters are in different spots. This one's actually a little bit easier to slide it in. But I feel like it'd be hard to take corners because you can't really see the entire fucking left side of the car. Holding a nice angle here though for an all-wheel drive, spinning. It's holding a pretty good angle. that was pretty solid. This thing's sick. It doesn't like to do a burnout though, it does not like that. One more good little slide for you guys and we're gonna call it a night. Still fucking fun on wheel, dude. Almost ate it. Alright, well, I will show you guys one more cool thing about this that I really enjoy as well about doing stuff like this on these custom tracks, as well as I'll show you guys how to actually end the race. So the end is actually all the way up here. I just put it out of the way in case somebody goes flying off the course and they don't accidentally end the race without everybody else being like ready to be done, you know? Because I mean, the whole point of this race is just to continuously go back over and over and over. Like, you're not really supposed to finish it, you know? Like, it's not about getting the best time. But that's where the end is. And the cool thing about it... Oh my god, that was pretty sick, the car fucking flying through. But the cool thing about it is that you can also go back and look at your rewind and see stuff from your replay and kind of see stuff from a different perspective and like see how you did and what you could possibly improve on. So you could literally just sit here, practice for 10 minutes, finish the race, and then go back and look at, if you were racing in first person, what it looked like in third person, or some different camera angles. I forget how to fucking fast forward in this shit. I think there's a way to fast forward quicker, but I don't even know. I don't know how to fast forward this quicker, I don't understand. I think there is a way to do it, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to get it right, but it's hard to fucking get it to actually fast forward. I think there's a way to do it, but I don't know. Alright, so like once we get to like right here, I'll show you guys like how you can change the camera angle and stuff. Oh yeah, there's different camera types too. So you got like your game cameras, car close, car far. Got like different camera angles to kind of look at it. Also got like advanced following. You got like cinematic stuff. So this is like your 3/4 view, and then you can hide it. Kind of get a better feel for like how you were taking corners, stuff like that. Because right here I was in first person, but now I get to kind of see how it looked from a third person angle, like point of view. So I can kind of see like where my car is in relative to where I'm taking the corners at, you know what I mean? So, and also if I change the camera angle a little bit more into like the game cameras or something, I can kind of tell a little bit better here too. Like just kind of where I was at in that corner. You can also look at the first person angle too if you wanted to look back at that. But I like looking at it from afar after I've completed a route, just so I can kind of see where my car was, because you can tell in first person, you can kind of not really tell where the car is all that well. At least like not to like you're like down to like an absolute like couple of millimeters, you know what I mean? But like if you like look in third person, especially like far away, you can kind of get a better glance of like where your car was. So it kind of helps, you know what I mean? Like right there in first person, I think I like felt like I barely went off the road, but I obviously went off the road a lot. So I can see that like what corners I need to improve at, and maybe what corners I could take at a higher speed, you know? So that's what's really good about this course also, is like after you get done practicing, you can just go back and, you know, look and try to see what you can improve on, or even get some like cool camera angle edits. Some cool like views from like right here. I think there's like a second one that looks better. That's pretty sick. Seeing it like from this angle, seeing how like the steering's doing, and how like I'm actually like steering the car, what the tires are doing when I'm steering. So it's pretty badass. I don't know. I really love this course, and like I said, if you guys want to try it for yourself, by all means, go ahead, man. By all means. So yeah, I don't know. I just felt like we needed something like this, and there's not a whole lot of people that have made courses like this, at least ones you can continuously play, like as like a kind of like a practice course. So that is why I did it. Just kind of make it so you can keep replaying it and get a better feel. Because, I mean, honestly, when it comes down to it, racing is all about experience, you know what I mean? Ooh, sick, a little Porsche. But yeah. So I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. And if you guys did, obviously, please leave a like for me. I would appreciate that tremendously. And maybe I'll start doing more stuff like this for you guys. Obviously, I want to get a whole Touge team going, and then maybe start live streaming some Touge battles. It'll be a little difficult to kind of film it during those races. I'll have to get into, like, because you can't go into drone mode in a race, which kind of sucks, but I guess what I'll have to do is just, after the race is set up, I'll have to get into, like, an extremely fast, like, newer car as kind of like the pace car, and then kind of come watch from, like, a hood view of my car. Kind of like I'm, like, watching them race in front of me, but I'm quick enough to keep up with them, obviously, so I'll have to get out, like, an insane, like, GTR or something like that to just chase them down, and it has, like, way more horsepower than they do. But that is the only reason I did put like a horsepower cap. Because even though 500 horsepower doesn't seem like a lot, on these tight corners, if you go anything more than that, you're going to be spinning the whole time, and it's basically like your car is irrelevant. Because you're never going to get to use all 1,000 of that horsepower, you know what I mean? You'll just be spinning the entire time, because 500 horsepower is almost too much already. So there's reasons on why I put like limits and stuff like that. Also, I wanted this to be as like genuine to the 90s as possible. So I mean, obviously, like, they had quick cars, but there were still limits. And a lot of the people that were racing on the Touges in Japan in the 90s were really just doing it as, like, a little side hustle. So none of their cars are really that fast, and 500 horsepower is probably too much for that time period. Especially for, like, the guys and, like, how much money they had to spend and stuff. But in Forza, you really have to use, like, about 500 horsepower to finally get a sense of speed. So that's kind of why I felt like it was pretty solid. Because, I mean, it is video games, so you're not really going to feel the sense of speed until you put, like, quite a bit of power in a car. So that is kind of why I had to do that. But yeah, so that's kind of my reasoning on it. Again, I'll probably post like an actual video showing you guys like all of like the obviously the ins and outs of that route that I made and how to join it and stuff. The rules for it, the rules for the Touge team, how to join that, how to get my vinyls so you can wrap your car in the same way with the team stickers, and you know, just stuff like that. Because like I said, all you gotta do is look up my little club and you can go ahead and join it now. It is literally just called Times 2 Everything. You can join it through Xbox even if you're on PC, because I am on PC right now. But yeah, you can join it through Xbox or whatever. Literally just gotta click on it and it'll pop it up and everything. Go to the club feed, it'll open up your little Xbox companion app. And it'll show everything that is going on in the club. Like I said, it's right here. We have 6 followers in right now. We can get up to 2,000. So if you guys want to join, by all means, it just kind of says like a little bit of about the club right here. And then we've also got looking for groups if you guys wanted to start like a little party and play with each other. Also have some like activity feed and stuff like that. I posted this last night. This is the route that I did make, the one that we just ran. I post like updates and stuff like that in here, so you guys can see like what we're doing. Like if I'm about to do like if I want to have like a practice night with the team, I'll be like, hey, if you guys want to join in and come practice with us, I'll put it down here and I'll schedule the time and tell you guys what time the stream is, stuff like that. If I make a new course, I'll put it down here like this. Like I said, I created a Touge route on Forza. You got to start it from this road race at the base of the mountain, and the share code for it is this. Also put it in the chat for you guys as well, so you guys can see it whenever you want. So it's pretty sick. I feel like it's another way for me just to get more into the community. I want to probably open up a Discord for it as well, because Xbox Clubs is really limited and you can't access it from your phone, unlike you can with Discord. You can access Discord from fucking anything nowadays. So I feel like it's a little easier because they took off clubs from your phone on the Xbox app, which sucks, but it is what it is. So yeah, all you gotta do is literally just go to search clubs and then look up Times 2 Everything and join it, and boom, you're good to go. But yeah, that's all it takes. So that I really appreciate all you guys for coming out here today. I had a lot of fun doing this. I want to do this more often because it's just fun to just fuck around and practice on Forza. And I don't know, it's just fun. Kind of getting that 90s vibe, you know what I mean? Just blasting some like 90s Euro beats, especially like the playlist from like Initial D, or just some like 90s J-pop or something, or even like some like drift funk songs that are like newer that is sick as fuck. So like I said, I want to do some more stuff like this and just some more Forza content in general, as well as some more GTA stuff too. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, please let me know, because I would absolutely love to keep making content like this on the side. So with that, appreciate you guys. If you like the stream, please leave a like for me. It helps me get my content out to more people. And with that, I'm going to leave you guys off with that. So it's been your boy Times 2, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Love you guys.